What if you could fall asleep in 60 seconds using a technique tested on soldiers? You lie down, close your eyes, and wait, and wait. The clock ticks, your mind races, you toss, you turn, you check your phone. Hours pass, and sleep still will not come. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. More than 30% of adults struggle to fall asleep at least a few nights a week. The frustration of lying awake, watching the minutes pass, creates anxiety that makes sleep even more elusive. It is a vicious cycle. But what if there was a technique that could put you to sleep in under 60 seconds? A method tested on soldiers in high-stress environments, proven to work even in combat. The military developed this technique to help pilots and special forces fall asleep anywhere, anytime, under extreme pressure. And the best part? It is completely drug-free. No pills, no supplements, no expensive gadgets. Just a simple technique that works with your nervous system. Before you try another sleeping pill or count another sheep, you need to understand why this method works. Because once you understand the science, the technique becomes almost impossible to fail. Falling asleep is not a passive process. It is an active physiological state that your body must enter. And your body cannot enter it while your nervous system is on high alert. Your nervous system has two main modes. The first is the sympathetic nervous system, often called fight or flight. This mode keeps you alert, focused, and ready for action. It raises your heart rate, increases your blood pressure, and pumps stress hormones like cortisol through your body. This is essential for survival, but it is the enemy of sleep. The second mode is the parasympathetic nervous system, sometimes called rest and digest. This mode slows your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure, and signals to your body that it is safe to relax. This is the state you need to be in to fall asleep. Here is the key insight. You cannot force yourself into the parasympathetic state by willpower alone. Trying to force sleep actually activates the sympathetic system, making sleep even harder. But you can trigger the parasympathetic system using specific techniques. The 4-7-8 breathing pattern is one of those techniques. It works by directly influencing your heart rate and nervous system. When you inhale for 4 seconds, you take in oxygen. When you hold for 7 seconds, that oxygen is absorbed into your bloodstream. When you exhale for 8 seconds, you activate the vagus nerve, which is the main pathway of the parasympathetic nervous system. The prolonged exhale signals your body to shift into rest mode. This is not just theory. Research has shown that controlled breathing patterns like this can significantly reduce anxiety and improve sleep onset. The military has refined this technique into a complete system that combines breathing, muscle relaxation, and mental focus to achieve sleep rapidly. Now you understand the science. But here is where most people go wrong. When people cannot fall asleep, they try harder. They squeeze their eyes shut. They try to force their mind to go blank. They get frustrated. And all of that effort activates their sympathetic nervous system even more. The more you try to force sleep, the more alert you become. It is one of the cruelest paradoxes of human biology. Many people also check the clock. They look at the time and calculate how many hours of sleep they have left. This creates anxiety, which raises cortisol, which makes sleep even harder. The clock becomes a source of stress, not a helpful tool. Other people lie in bed for hours without moving, hoping that stillness will eventually lead to sleep. But lying awake in bed trains your brain to associate your bed with wakefulness. Over time, this creates a conditioned response where your bed triggers alertness instead of relaxation. This is a common feature of chronic insomnia, and many people turn to sleeping pills or supplements. While these can be helpful in some cases, they do not address the underlying nervous system state. They may help you feel drowsy, but they cannot teach your body to activate the parasympathetic response on its own. Without that ability, you will always need external help to sleep. The fix is not another pill. It is a simple technique that works with your nervous system, not against it. And you can learn it tonight. Here is the military sleep technique, broken down into 4 simple steps. Step 1 is the 4-7-8 breathing pattern. You are going to inhale through your nose for a count of 4 seconds. Hold that breath for a count of 7 seconds. Then exhale through your mouth for a count of 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle 4 to 5 times. The long exhale is the most important part. It activates the vagus nerve and signals your body to shift into the rest and digest state. Do not rush it. Let the exhale be slow, controlled, and complete. Step 2 is progressive muscle relaxation. Starting from your feet, tense the muscles in your feet and calves for a few seconds, then release them completely. Move up to your thighs, your glutes, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your shoulders, your neck, and finally your face. Tense each group, hold, then release. This physical relaxation sends a powerful signal to your brain that your body is safe and ready for sleep. Step 3 is mental visualization. Imagine a peaceful scene. You might picture yourself lying in a canoe on a still lake, with only the gentle sound of water lapping against the wood. Or imagine yourself swinging in a hammock in a quiet forest, with leaves rustling softly in the breeze. The scene does not have to be perfect. It just has to be calm. Hold the image in your mind and let it fill your awareness. Step 4 is the stop thinking mantra. If thoughts intrude, which they will, do not fight them. Simply repeat a calming phrase to yourself, like, "I am relaxed," or "I am falling asleep." This gives your brain a simple focus point and prevents it from spiraling into anxious thoughts. Here is the secret to making this work. Practice during the day. Do not wait until you are desperate for sleep. Practice the breathing pattern and muscle relaxation when you are calm. This builds a neural pathway so that when you use the technique at night, it works more quickly and effectively. After a few nights of practice, most people find they can complete the entire sequence in under 60 seconds. They fall asleep before they even finish the visualization. That is the technique. But does it actually work? Science and the military say yes. This is not an internet fad. It is a proven military technique. The United States Navy Pre-Flight School developed this method to help pilots fall asleep in under 2 minutes. The technique was tested on soldiers in high-stress environments, and the results were remarkable. 96% of those who practiced the technique were able to fall asleep within 2 minutes, even in noisy, uncomfortable conditions. Research on the 4-7-8 breathing pattern specifically supports its effectiveness. Studies show that this pattern reduces anxiety and improves heart rate variability, which is a marker of parasympathetic nervous system activation. In one study, participants who practiced the 4-7-8 breathing method before bed reported significant improvements in sleep onset time compared to those who did not. The beauty of this technique is that it targets the root cause of sleep latency. It does not just mask the symptom of difficulty falling asleep. It actively shifts your nervous system into the state required for sleep. Now, if you try this technique for a week and it does not help, it might be a sign of an underlying sleep disorder. In that case, a doctor should be consulted. But for the vast majority of people struggling with sleep onset, this simple technique can be life-changing. You do not need pills. You do not need supplements. You just need to learn how to work with your nervous system instead of against it. Try it tonight. Lie down, close your eyes, and begin the 4-7-8 breathing pattern. Let your muscles relax. Picture your peaceful scene, and allow sleep to come. If this helped you understand sleep differently, subscribe for more simple health truths. Thank you for watching.